what about price? Because the Bitcoin community jokes about this term, number go up, NGU, and that this asset is only as interesting as when the number goes up and the price goes up of Bitcoin. We had an interesting correction recently after the employment number in America. You know, how much longer is this bull run going to last? Is that going to make a difference for Bitcoin? Or do you just look at it in a 10-year horizon and you don't care? You're just building.
As a builder, we definitely very long-term, like long-term bullish in the industry. That's why we wouldn't build that much. And building an infrastructure, building an ecosystem takes time, right? And across multiple cycles, right? It's not like just one cycle. But if we were in kind of the investor or trader perspective, I think definitely this short-term pullback is, first of all, it's actually expected. It's like post-halving, normally you have a pullback. And normally in the summer, you know, the price is not as much excited as like, you know, later months. So it's there, right? If we look back the chart in 2020, that was similar, right? Obviously, we have some major factors coming, like, you know, German government was selling, and also the macro has been pretty bad, right? You know, in terms of economy and so on. It's kind of affecting the price in a way. But I think we are still very bullish on, you know, the Bitcoin movement, with a lot of buy pressure coming around from institutions, and potentially with a, you know, interesting use case being built, a lot of retail can come back, right? I would argue a lot of retail compared to last cycle in 2021, a lot of them still haven't come back to in Web3 space yet.
When are they coming back, Charlie?
It's normally the case when the Bitcoin price come back, right?
Does it have to cross 100,000 and become a headline event for your Uber driver to buy Bitcoin and grandma to buy Bitcoin?
I wouldn't really comment too much on specific number, like when those people will come back, but it will come back in a way when major announcement, you know, major media, you know, have headlines talk about that, right? We definitely will hit a new all-time high for that. And this all-time high can go really high, right? Multiple cycles. We are still, I would say, in the beginning of the bull market in terms of a lot of things. There's still a lot of new innovation, release news to be launched, properly test out, getting the new users coming over, right? Like, you know, I think more and more people really can use and really have a good experience of Web3 compared to last cycle. There's so much being built already, right? Infrastructure, but in Bitcoin space, it's still very early, right? And I think next 6 months will be a very important period of time to really launch all this ecosystem, and then we have all the use cases, you know, can be used by other users. And then along with the, you know, the price of Bitcoin going up, we're gonna see much more transaction on chain, you know, being transacted, you know, a lot of new application being launched and the users, you know, doing this and that. I think those activities will be more and more upcoming.
Yeah, I say 100,000 because it's that number that might be the media event itself, the 6 figures that gets people's attention and maybe gets retail back in.
Yes, it's like too big to ignore, right?
Yeah, you know, 70 wasn't enough or 75, and will 80 or 90 be? Probably not, but the 100 seems like it will. I don't know. Do you think this bull market goes into 26 or no?
That depends on how we play around some major factors, right? You know, some even at national level policies. We talk about interest rate, because if we normally the bull market lasts like 1.5 years, and then we need to see some interesting phenomena happen, right? Really can move the needle for the industry. We could start argue the industry have less than 3% of the entire population of the world actively using, you know, Web3 for all kinds of things. If we hit, let's say, 6% this time, and then we're gonna really see some interesting, you know, momentum. If we hit like 10%, like let's say we 3x the entire user base for Web3, maybe we get into some interesting local top, right? And I think that's important. For us, building ecosystem, we want to see new users come into space. We want to see more transaction happening on chain. We want to see new interesting use cases being built. That's even more important than Bitcoin as a assets hit like 100K or 150 or 160 or 100, 200. That, like, after a certain point, it's really about why Bitcoin or why Web3 infrastructure being useful.
Yeah.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.